All right, I'm Dr. Doug Smith. I'm from Pittsfield Township. I've once again submitted an appeal to the denial of my FOIA request for the appointment calendar of Ms. Kathy Wyatt, the Sheriff's Executive Assistant. I submitted my appeal to Ms. McDaniel, but I want to make sure that you all know about it because we appear to be headed down the same path for another lawsuit to uncover misconduct at the Sheriff's Department. These lawsuits are a terrible waste of taxpayers' money. In this case, I received a flyer that was written by Kathy Wyatt that was an invitation to a fundraiser for Sheriff Clayton's re-election campaign. It gave Kathy Wyatt's AOL email address for responses. Thus, Kathy Wyatt is working for the Sheriff Clayton's campaign. I have heard reports that Ms. Wyatt is working on Clayton's campaign from her office using county-owned resources. This would be a campaign law violation. I requested Ms. Wyatt's Internet history file to see if she was visiting her AOL email account, and after many weeks, I still do not have it. And I keep getting exorbitant cost estimates such as $1,500 based on the requirement that the IT department must review each Internet address in order to see if the release of the address would be an unwarranted invasion of her privacy. And an Internet history file is just an electronic file listing URL addresses visited from that computer. It should take virtually no time to copy and send that to me. I also requested Ms. Wyatt's appointment calendar. In her response, Ms. Kramer claimed exemption for nearly 25% of the appointments, saying that it would be an unwarranted invasion of privacy for me to see some of the people that Sheriff Clayton is meeting with. Not only is the information redacted, but Ms. Kramer allowed Kathy Wyatt to decide what information to redact by relying upon Kathy Wyatt to produce the documents which are electronic. She may also be allowing her to erase any incriminating evidence. The county has a responsibility to preserve any requested documents. I suspect that she's trying to hide appointments related to Jerry Clayton's re-election campaign and her work for the Democratic Party. For example, she redacted a meeting from 10 to 12 a.m. on Saturday, January 14, 2012. According to an article in the Ann Arbor Chronicle, she was attending a meeting of the Ann Arbor Dems that morning to announce that Jerry Clayton was running for re-election. She also claimed 14 hours of flex time work that day. She redacted a meeting from 1 to 3 p.m. on January 28, 2012, which coincides with a meeting of the Washington County Democratic Party. Kathy Wyatt is vice chair for membership and outreach of the Washington County Democratic Party. She also claimed 28 hours of flex time work that day. She redacted a meeting from 10 to 12 a.m. Saturday, February 11, 2012, which coincides with a meeting of the Ann Arbor Dems, and she claimed 31 hours of flex time work that day. She redacted a meeting from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on March 10th, which coincides with the Michigan Democratic Party endorsement convention. In court, the county will have to prove every one of the redactions constitutes an unwarranted invasion of privacy. I'm very confident that I will win in court. What is wrong with the county's conflict of interest policies? Certainly, someone working on a campaign for someone in their chain of command would be a potential conflict of interest. Did Ms. Wyatt disclose this conflict? Is she getting paid for the work on his campaign? Who approved waiving her conflict? If it was waived, why was there not a plan to manage and monitor the conflict? I also received Ms. Wyatt's time cards for January through April, and she claims exactly 28 hours of overtime every 2-week pay period, as well as more than 30 hours of flex time worked. This includes an almost routine 14 hours each Sunday, and I understand that she is a member of Jerry Clayton's church, so I assume she must attend church fairly regularly. You could hire a full-time assistant for what you're paying in overtime. No business would allow this. In addition to working for the county for more than 70 hours a week, she has time to work on Jerry Clayton's campaign, to be a vice president of the Washington County Democratic Party. She also has time to sell tickets to the Democratic Memorial Day picnic along with Conan. She obviously is improperly recording her flex time since one cannot work more than 24 hours in a day. This violates federal labor law, which requires that hours worked each day be recorded to ensure compliance with overtime pay and other work rules. Why does no one supervise Ms. Wyatt to see if the county rules are being followed? I am sure that Conan will remind you not to respond to my comments because I am currently suing you under FOIA. But if you're going to delegate and abrogate your duties under FOIA, I have little choice but to take you to court repeatedly. What a waste of taxpayers' money.